Guys, welcome in to Divine Golden Master, where we master being divine in this 3D reality. Let's just jump right in. This is going to be another quick topic video, and we're going to talk about turn a curse or a hex into a blessing. Make spirits work for you. All right, this is your life. This is your reality. The all is mine. Okay, so if the all is mine and this is all your reality, who's more powerful than you? Who's more powerful than you that could send a curse or a hex your way that it really affects you? Now, I know some people are going to be like, well, this witch doctor and this one, and they've been doing this all their life, and da-da-da. Well, who's to say you haven't done it in the past life, or you haven't been here in the past life, or you haven't done this? Okay, so, and even if you haven't, and you're just a brand new soul to this existence, I believe in alchemy, turning lead into gold. All right, turning a negative into a positive. And you know why alchemy is very true and why it's very real? Is because you have the power to decide whether or not something is going to affect you, whether it's going to make you feel negatively, whether it's going to make you feel positively. Ultimately, you have the power. That's why when we speak about spell work, and a lot of people ask me, well, I don't want to do anything against anybody's free will, and you know. And I tell people, number one, this is really number one before number one. But number one, if you're scared, go to church. If you're scared, go to church. Now, number two, or really number one, learn how magic works. Learn how these things work, right? Spells, rituals, magic, this esoteric knowledge, this occult knowledge will teach you that when you're doing different things, right, building the energy up, creating spells, ritual, it triggers your mind. This is why they have the saying that it's not the tools. You don't need the tools. You don't need the tools. It's not the tools. Excuse me, I'll spill some juice on my dress. But yeah, it's not the tools. You don't need the tools. Why don't you need the tools? Because your mind holds all the power that it needs to create. But that is why the tools are helpful, because they're helpful reminders in your environment that literally can shift. Now, when it comes to things like spiritual baths and things like that, you can literally look into science and see how that affects the body and how it has different properties scientifically. But specifically, when working with work sent to someone's way, right? Say if somebody throws a love spell on you. If you are in charge of your own mind, if you are in charge of your own reality, you will notice. You will notice. You will notice that, and you may not even notice it. It may be the point where you may have this thought or you may have this feeling about something. You're like, what's that about? And you'll just throw it away. And that will be like, you may not even put the power of it to say, oh, somebody must have casted a love spell. I mean, like with me, like I'll have certain intuitive nudges. I even could hear people thoughts and things like that. And with great power comes great responsibility. So for me, I don't send anything anybody's way back. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I I will do reversals that if anybody sends anything to me, send that back to them, whatever was sent. But I'm not about to go and do hexes and curses and all that if it's really not necessary. Now, I'm not saying people can't fuck around and find out. I'm not going to never say I might not, because I might. Don't try me. But I won't even need to use any tools because my mental power is so strong that it's just there. And I will notice different things in my reality that may come up, and I'm like, oh, this person must have just did this, or they must be thinking about me, or this person must be trying to send me this. And once I have some type of resonance or recognize something out of the ordinary, because for you to recognize something out of the ordinary, you have to be awake, woke, not dead, alive, not sleep. And what's that mean? That you're attuned to your thoughts. I pay attention to my thoughts daily. I challenge any thoughts that do not align with who I am or who I am becoming. And because I'm very aware and I'm very in tune with myself, it helps me to be able to recognize those things that are not of me and those different attacks or blessings, because I notice that too. When people send good energy my way and send blessings my way, I notice that as well. And I send that back and receive it. But when it is negativity, I do not acknowledge it. I notice it and I'll laugh to transmute the energy, or I will, most times I'll laugh and make a joke out of it and to transmute the energy, because it's funny. When people throw hexes and curses, it's very funny, because it's like, who did they think I was? Who did they think I was, that their minute little thought process and little brain was gonna send something my way in my reality and actually affect it? Yeah, right. You can't even affect my reality in the waking life. So if you thought you was gonna come through the spiritual, you're absolutely insane. And that's why I tell a lot of my clients and stuff like that, they want to book work or whatever the case may be, but they're like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to mess with anybody's free will. You're not messing with nobody's free will. And as long as you have good intentions, everybody don't have good intentions. So if you feel that way, like most times people that are in that energy, if I don't want to mess with free will, most times those are the people that have good intentions, and they just want to make sure that, because they may have been programmed to think from the Bible that, oh, they do something, they're going to be in trouble, like with this like this parent or whatever, this crazy narcissistic psycho parent that people like to call God, and they think they're going to be in trouble when they're just trying to enhance their reality and create some type of new beginning. But if you are trying to do something that is negative, you should double think that, because there are people, even people that may not be in the, what's the word? Like, some people can recognize, like what I just told you guys, how I recognize it. And they may not even be in the awareness to know that is what they're doing, but they can't. All right, so anytime somebody tries to throw a hex or a curse at you, transmute it into your power. Why do you think people go viral or do different things to get attention? Because positive or negative, you're feeding them. We live in a energetic universe, right? So you really have to look at everything as energy. And if people looked at everything as energy, they would start to look at things very different. And me personally, I do magic, whether it's mental, physical, whatever. I do it for every aspect of my life. So if you think that I'm about to not do it for love because I don't want to mess with nobody's free will, I'm not messing with nobody's free will. I'm messing with my reality. And if you're going to be in my reality, these are the things I want to attract. So if you're in alignment, come on. That's what I said to the universe. If they're in alignment with these factors that I want, come on. And if I have something or someone in my reality that's not up to par, as in not meeting my standard or what I feel I should be receiving, then I may do as such of what I feel I need to do in my reality. Right? That's like that thing, what's that saying they say? Don't worry about what your neighbors doing in their house. Worry about what you're doing in your house. Stay out your neighbor's house. What are you doing? People wouldn't be so worried about free will this, free will that, if they weren't trying to do something fucking spiteful. Because, like, most people aren't sincere when they say it. Well, I'm going to say, like, maybe 35% people are sincere when they say that. But the other percent, I don't know. Because it's the people that will ask you, right? Because they do. They want to control people. Like, subconsciously. This is subconsciously. And this is why I always explain to people that magic triggers the mind. So if you're trying to control somebody, you're not going to do that. But if you have a connection with someone and you're trying to bring clarity or like some type of reunion so that y'all can talk or things like that, that's different. Then if you have a relationship with somebody who you know don't want to be with you, but you are doing something to try to get them back, to try to do something else, to try to trap them in some type of web of some type of lie, and you know you trying to take their free will, it's just like, come on. Eventually, that person is going to gain mental strength over that, and they're going to overcome it. So that's why everything and anything you do should be for yourself. Whether it's love, do it for yourself. If you have a partner and you guys are dealing with difficulties, do the working for yourself. Say, do a work in the work on your connection, and you know you're working on both of y'all, but you're doing it for yourself because you deserve more. Because you deserve a partner that blah blah blah. Do it for that reason. Don't do it for the reason of they're mine and they're gonna be here and they're gonna do what I want them to do and da da da. No. Okay, so I hope that made sense. And I brought love reading into this because that's another area where people will think that they can control someone. Like, because a lot of people think they can control people with the saying, oh, I'm going to do a hex on you, or I'm going to do a curse on you. Now, be careful, you know what I mean? You know, some people got some power here in this reality. Especially if you a lightweight, you new to this. Some people is true to this. Okay? So be careful, disclaimer. But know your power. Build up your frequency, build up your vibration. So that when people send stuff your way, it don't faze you. I need to take a deep breath. But yeah, so that when people send stuff your way, it doesn't faze you. When different workings, curses, hexes thrown at you, it don't matter because you know who the fuck you are. You're affirming yourself daily. You're stepping into your power, and those type of things can't even really alter you. Because if you notice, people that are focused and determined, you can't really, lots of times you can't really do anything that's phase them because they have a direction. They know where they're going. Even if they're not going nowhere at that moment and they're just chilling or whatever, they have direction. People of the craft, people of the occult, of the esoteric world, most times, like, because I say most times because everybody say they woke, but they ain't woke. But most times are woke. And they have at least pulled a couple veils back to know that they're in control of their reality. And you can't affect it. So some people, you know, if you feel like you've been hexed or cursed, get really selfish and exercise the thought of, because my thing is, like, whenever, like, my son like, oh, they staring at you, mommy, or why they staring at us? Why they did that? Because I'm something to look at. I would be staring too. When God walk in the building, or Goddess walk in the building, I know they're going to look. Who's not? Take that hex, take that curse into your power. Because a lot of times, if it's not no opposition, most times you playing it too fair. You ain't doing enough, for real, if it ain't no opposition. If you ain't got no opposition, you ain't got nobody throwing no hex and no curse on you, you probably ain't even doing enough. So do some more. Because that's what I be saying. Let me give them some more. They doing the hex and curse. Let me give them some more to feed off of so they can watch this and do this, so that as they think they feeding and they throwing this hex and they putting this energy into this, I'm eating it up. Taking it into my power. Taking it into my motivation. Building my success with it. Alright, I love y'all. Love yourself. Let me know how y'all feel about this video down in the comments, what you think, and how you feel and how you react to being hexed or cursed. And, you know, let me hear from you guys. I love you guys. Peace.